If I told you that one single question could change the entire direction of your life before 2026, would you have the courage to ask it? Not everyone will. In fact, most people won't. They're too busy rushing, too distracted by noise, too comfortable in routine. They wake up, check the phone, go to work, come back tired, scroll away the evening, and then repeat the same cycle tomorrow. It looks like movement, but it's not progress. It feels like living, but it's only surviving. And this is why so many lives remain the same. The same paycheck, the same habits, the same excuses, the same regrets. But there are a rare few, who stop long enough to think. They don't just keep running on the treadmill of life. They step off. They pause. They look in the mirror, and they dare to ask the question. And when they do, their life changes forever. Because the question I'm about to share is not complicated. It's simple. But the answer, the answer, can transform your future. It can shape the person you are becoming. It can redirect the story of your life. It can decide whether 2026 will be just another year on the calendar, or the year everything begins to change. 2026 may sound far away, but pause for just a moment and realize something. It's not far at all. 2 years, that's all. 2 years will come and go in the blink of an eye. And here's the truth. Those 2 years don't care what you do with them. They will pass whether you use them wisely or waste them carelessly. They will pass whether you choose growth or choose excuses. They will pass whether you stay the same or become more. The question is not, will the years pass? The question is, who will you be when they do? When the calendar turns and 2026 arrives, you will look back. And in that moment, one of two feelings will flood your heart. It will either be pride, the pride of knowing you invested in yourself, stretched your potential, and chose growth. Or it will be regret, the quiet, painful regret of knowing you had the chance, but you let comfort, distraction, and delay steal it away. And here's the hard truth. The difference between those two futures, pride or regret, often comes down to one simple thing. One question you ask yourself today. A question most people avoid, but the few who dare to ask end up rewriting the story of their lives. Jim Rohn had a way of saying things so simple yet so powerful that they stay with you for a lifetime. He would often say, "For things to change, you must change." Think about that for a moment. It means the world doesn't owe you a new beginning. Life isn't going to suddenly get better on its own. If you want tomorrow to be different than today, then you must be different tomorrow than you are today. He also said, life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by choice, not by wishing, not by waiting, not by hoping someone else fixes it, but by making a choice, your choice. And here's the key. Choice always begins with a question. Not the kind of question you ask the world, not the kind of question you ask your friends, but the kind of question you ask yourself when it's just you and the mirror. That's the moment of truth. That's when you decide not just where you're going, but who you're becoming. Because the direction of your life is not set by chance. It's set by the questions you dare to ask and the choices you dare to make. So what is the question? The question that can change the course of your life before 2026. It's not the question most people ask. Most people ask, what am I earning? Some ask, what am I getting? Others ask, what do I own? But let me tell you something, those are the wrong questions, because all of those are temporary. Money can be lost. Possessions can be taken. Status can fade. The real question is much deeper. It cuts through the noise of life. It forces you to look inside, not outside. Here it is, who am I becoming? Pause for a moment and let that sink in. Not what am I getting? Not what am I achieving? But who am I becoming? Because everything in life flows from that. The opportunities you attract, the relationships you build, the wealth you create, the respect you earn. All of it is a reflection of who you are becoming. You see, success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. That's why this question matters more than any other. Because when you get the answer right, the rest of your life begins to align with it. Vision of 20th, chapter 26. Let's fast forward for a moment. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in 2026. 2 years from now, not far away. It will be here before you know it. Now, picture this. If you never ask this question, if you never stop to reflect, then nothing changes. The same habits, the same routines, the same excuses, the same life. And here's the sobering truth. Your future will look suspiciously like your past. Different calendar, same story. But now imagine the other path. Imagine you dare to ask the question. Imagine you dare to answer it honestly. Everything begins to shift. Instead of drifting through days, you start living with intention. Instead of wasting hours, you begin investing them. Instead of letting habits control you, you start building new ones that shape your destiny. You read, you grow, you learn new skills, you discipline yourself. And slowly, almost quietly at first, you begin to transform. By 2026, you're no longer the same person you were. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more disciplined. You are more valuable to yourself, to your family, to your work, to the world. And here's the beautiful part, that new you tracks a new life. Opportunities you once dreamed of now seek you out. People you once admired now respect you. Doors you never thought would open suddenly swing wide, all because you asked the question, who am I becoming? And you lived your life in a way that honored the answer. Think of a tree. A tree doesn't sit in the soil worrying about how much fruit it will produce this season. It doesn't wake up in the morning asking, how many apples, how many oranges, how many mangoes will I get? Number A tree only asks one thing. Am I growing? Are my roots reaching deeper into the ground? Are my branches stretching higher toward the sun? And because it grows, because it keeps reaching, because it stays faithful to the process, the fruit comes. Not by force, not by chance, but by the natural law of growth. Life works the same way. Too often we are obsessed with the fruit. We ask, what am I earning? What am I getting? What rewards will I see today? But that's the wrong focus. The fruit is temporary. The real question is not about the harvest. The real question is about the roots. Who am I becoming? Am I growing deeper in discipline? Am I reaching higher in wisdom? Am I becoming stronger in character? Because when you focus on growth, the results take care of themselves. When you build roots, the fruits of life naturally follow. So stop chasing the harvest and start tending to your growth. The fruit will come in season. It always does. So here's the challenge. Don't just listen and nod your head. Don't just say, that was inspiring. Inspiration without action is nothing more than a passing feeling. It fades by tomorrow. What matters is what you do tonight. What matters is the choice you make when this video ends. I want you to take a blank page. At the very top, write this question in bold letters. Who am I becoming? Then sit quietly for a few minutes. Be honest, brutally honest. If your current habits continue, if your daily routine doesn't change, who will you be by the time 2026 arrives? Maybe you'll see discipline, or maybe you'll see distraction, maybe you'll see growth, or maybe you'll see regret. Once you see the truth, don't run from it. Face it, own it, and then choose one small action to change your direction. Not 10 things, just one. Maybe it's reading 10 minutes every day. Maybe it's taking your health seriously. Maybe it's finally starting that skill you've been postponing. Because here's the secret. Big transformations are built on small, consistent choices. One step, one habit, one decision at a time. Jim Rohn used to say, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So build that bridge, one plank at a time. And if you walk across it every single day, 2026 won't recognize you, because by then, you'll be stronger, wiser, more valuable, and ready to live a life far greater than the one you settled for today. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. Think about that. Every single choice, no matter how small, is shaping your identity. Eat junk food every day. You're not just eating. You're casting a vote for becoming unhealthy, tired, and weak. Scroll mindlessly through your phone for hours every night. You're not just passing time. You're casting a vote for becoming distracted, unfocused, and unfulfilled. But the same law works in your favor too. Read just 10 minutes a day. You're casting a vote for becoming wiser. Learn something new every week. You're casting a vote for becoming more valuable. Discipline yourself each morning to rise early, to take control of your day. You're casting a vote for becoming unstoppable. That's the beauty of it. Your future isn't written in one dramatic moment. It's written in the quiet, ordinary choices you make every single day. And here's the secret. It's not about perfection. It's about direction. You don't need to get everything right. You don't need to win every battle. You just need to keep casting more votes for the person you want to become than for the person you no longer wish to be. Because growth compounds. Discipline compounds. Wisdom compounds. And by the time 2026 arrives, you will look back and realize that the small, consistent choices built a completely different life. Remember this: success is never sudden. Failure is never sudden. Both are simply the accumulation of daily votes. And the question is, with every action you take today, who are you casting a vote to become? Now pause with me for a moment and picture two possible futures. Future one, it's 2026. You wake up and nothing has really changed. The same habits, the same routines, the same results. Deep down, you know you could have been more, but you didn't choose it. And that realization hurts. That is regret, the quiet weight that whispers, I had the chance, but I let it slip. Future two, it's 2026 again. But this time you wake up different. Your life feels lighter, stronger, fuller. Because in the last 2 years, you didn't just pass time, you used time. You grew. You invested. You disciplined yourself. And now you carry the deep satisfaction that only comes from knowing I became more. Can you feel the difference? In one future, your heart is heavy. In the other, your heart is proud. Here's the powerful truth. Both futures are possible. Both futures are waiting for you. But only one of them will be real. And the choice is yours. Will you live the next 2 years repeating the past or creating a future? Will you drift through them unconsciously or live them with intention? Will 2026 arrive as just another year or as the year you finally became who you were meant to be? So I'll leave you with this final thought. The question is not, what will 2026 bring? Because the truth is, the world will keep changing whether you're ready or not. The economy will rise and fall. Technology will keep advancing. Politics will shift again and again. But those things are outside your control. The real question, the only question that truly matters, is this: who will you become before 2026 arrives? That's the question. That's the challenge. That's the turning point of your life. Ask it, answer it, and then live it every single day. Because when you focus on becoming more, you don't have to chase success. You don't have to beg for opportunity. You don't have to hope for a better future. You attract it. You magnetize it. It flows to you because of who you are. But it begins today. Not someday, not later. Not when things settle down, today. So don't wait for the world to hand you a better life. It never will. Stand up now. Begin now. Plant new seeds of discipline. Plant new seeds of wisdom. Plant new seeds of learning, courage, and consistency. And if you nurture those seeds daily, by the time 2026 arrives, you won't just have more. You'll become more. And when you become more, your life expands in ways you never imagined. So ask the question, who am I becoming? And watch as this one question doesn't just change your year, it changes your entire life.